Welcome back, everybody. This is Elba Clem coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, from my office. Day 4 of the 21-day Facebook Live Gratitude Channel challenge. Today's special guest is Diana House. So let's see if we can have her coming aboard in a minute here. She's coming. She's coming. The invite has been sent out to you, Diana. Welcome aboard, Ed. It's good to see you here today on the Sunday. It's adding her.
Oh my
Oh my gosh. Wow, Diana. You sure look Miss Hollywood out there.
Well, I feel like Miss Hollywood. I'm really happy out here.
Oh my gosh. Look at that
Sun-
haircut.
The sunshine and warm weather does wonders for you. And yes, I just cut it all off because I've been doing yoga regularly every day for, as a matter of fact, for the last 51 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I go to the 8:30 class, and then my hair just sticks up all over the place, and I'm like, just get rid of it.
Oh
So
my gosh. No, seriously, you look vibrant. You look
thank
vital and a lot of energy exuding on you. You're okay. You look hot. How about that?
thank
Would you
you.
explain Lewis and Heidi, the hotness that they got going on? It came from you, Mom. So, Diana, I'm so grateful to have you on board here. Everybody, those who are watching, this is Diana House here. She is an entrepreneur. If I understand, you're gonna have to be clear and introduce yourself all you do because you do so much. Either through Lewis podcast, I heard a lot of the things you did in the past, like you was an opera singer. I think you even was a professor at a college. I know you're an entrepreneur today. You work for you're an accountant for many successful entrepreneurs. So I know you do a lot of stuff already. But I think, Diana, as I got to know you over the years, the more I get to talk to you, the more I learn about being a mother. I'll try to say this without crying because when I look at your kids, Heidi, I got to know her very well over the years, and of course through Lewis, through his podcast, and just to follow Christian throughout the world and see where Cat's at. Um, Man, you did something right, Diana. You did something right. So, a mother of two, who I just became a new grandmother, I want to ensure that I carry that legacy through. So, I am super, super, super grateful to have you on board. So, before we get started, we got Brian Schneider on board. Welcome aboard, Brian. Dolly Clark came on board. Um, tell us who you are, and we're going to go from there and talk about gratitude.
Mm. Well, um, I'm 66 years old, so there's more of the present that I like to talk about versus the past. But yes, I have 4 adult children, 4 grandchildren, and I have been in the financial services industry all my life, and I focus on bookkeeping and profit analysis for entrepreneurs, and that is what I do. I am a stand for creating financial leaders in the world, and I'm also a stand for that people are in safe and nurturing homes. And so my charity project, so to speak, is creating Afghans, enrolling other people to work with me in creating Afghans for homeless teens. There's a homeless teen shelter out here in Los Angeles. And so that's my charity project. And but it's tax season and it's busy time of year, and I am not an accountant per se. I don't do returns, but I support my entrepreneurs in seeing how their businesses can be profitable, and that's the way I create financial leaders in the world.
Mm.
And so that's who I am. And
Yes,
that's what I'm for, and that's what I'm committed to.
yes. And you are Diana House. And Diana
Mm-hmm.
House is beautiful, vibrant, young. And also, you're known throughout the world literally as Mama House too. So you bring that uh, motherly nurture uh, that we all desire. Like we all desire that. Like there's the world out there is hard, but if we could run to where there's safe, trust, and love, that's who you are, Diana House, to me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So tell me about gratitude. What is how do you what, what's your view on gratitude? What's your perception on gratitude? What's your experience on gratitude?
Mm. Well, I believe it all begins with language. And I one of the things I focused on in the past for many years is language and its impact on us. I'm not referring to languages, French, English, Italian, that not that type of language, but that we as human beings are a network of conversations, and we as human beings can either be reactive in our language and our speaking, or we can be proactive.
Mm.
We can be like a vessel steering through water, creating a ripple effect behind us. And we can do that with language and what we say as our vehicle.
Mm.
So as we're going through the water, there are barnacles that attempt to attach to our boat. And we can either take on those barnacles or we can shed them. And by barnacles, I mean our language, the conversations we generate, the conversations we listen to, the conversations we ignore. Because in a conversation, in our speaking, we are either for something, against something, or
Mm.
neutral.
Mm.
And when we're expressing gratitude for something, then that's what's being expressed, and nothing else is being expressed in the moment.
Oh.
So if we're the vehicle of gratitude and we're steering through the waters of life and we're expressing gratitude, and then the the waters around us become an expression of gratitude,
Mm.
and the ripple effect behind us is an expression of gratitude. I remember when I was about 19 and my father had passed away. And, I'm sure I must have been grieving, but 19, you're not really aware of what's going on. But I had this favorite aunt. And every once in a while I'd call her, and she was a vehicle of joy.
Mm.
She would just be so joyful, and she generated fun and humor on the phone. And it just lit me up. And I just loved talking to her because she was this expression of joy at a time in my life when I was struggling with a variety of things. And so it was like I looked forward to talking to her. It was a beacon of light for me. And so we can be that for others. We can be an expression of gratitude, or we can be an expression of complaint. We get to choose. But if we also took on being responsible for ourselves and others in such a way that we created a promise to ourselves and others that we would not intentionally cause upset in ourselves or others.
Mm.
And what would that look like? That would look like the language that we are generating, the conversations we are generating. So I feel that it's our responsibility to generate conversations that provide a beacon of light for us, for ourselves, and make us happy. Now, I'm not
Mm.
referring here to, if one is having depression, and that's a different matter.
Right.
But we really do have a choice of the language, the words, the conversations that we want to generate and that we want to surround ourselves with. And I like to choose something that's going to light me up and excite me and be a beacon of light for me. and, and if it's a beacon of light for me, then it's probably the same for somebody else.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
when we express gratitude, that's who we get to be. We get to be the vehicle of gratitude.
Wow. For those who are watching and you're watching me, if you see me keep looking down, it's like I'm taking notes. Like, this is good. Let me write this down. I have to go back and write everything down again. But oh my goodness, what you just said here is powerful. I've been writing gratitude journal for over 5 years, and I never heard of this. This is what's so
Mm.
interesting about this 21-day Facebook Live gratitude challenge is that there's so much more out there about gratitude than I thought. And to hear what you just said, that we get to be the vehicle of gratitude, and that we get to choose to be that vehicle, and that we have a responsibility.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility to ourselves to take care of our well-being and to be, take care of our health, our mental health, our physical health, our financial health, our uh, spiritual health, spiritual, emotional, financial, physical. Um, I came out here to California to put myself in a different space, in a different environment, so that I could do more exercise. And I've been doing that. And oftentimes, being responsible for our vessel, putting our vessel where it needs to be to forward what we're committed to.
Mm.
And I'm grateful for your providing this opportunity for me to express my message about this. And I'm
Mm.
really grateful for the people out there on Facebook page who are always posting encouragement and inspiration, and they're exercising and what they're doing. I see Nathan Todd is here. Hello, Nathan. And Nathan's an inspiration. He's always out there at the gym. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll drag my behind off the yoga class. But I didn't, I just said, okay, I'm going to do this for 30 days and just one day after another. And after a while, it became automatic. And the same thing happens with our language, the conversations we choose to generate. We let go of old conversations and we create new conversations, and they become comfortable for us. They become automatic for us. My going to yoga class now is automatic. It's every morning at 8:30. So expressing gratitude can become automatic for us, and
This,
being that example for others.
so let me ask you this. When you say language and create new language in an expression of gratitude, do you have some examples that you could share with us in what that looks like?
Well, it's generative. What we say is generative because we generate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just the process of writing in your journal, you're generating that. You're
Mm-hmm.
taking your journal out, you're generating that. This Facebook page is your Facebook video here. It's something that you're generating, you're creating it. Um, and the art of generating gratitude, we get to hear it in Lewis's um, podcast. The art and talent of generating gratitude. It's a muscle that you can build, just like any other muscle. You go to the gym, you lift 5 pounds, you lift 10 pounds. The ability to express gratitude
Mm.
becomes easier and more creative the more often that you practice it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that answered your question, but
Yeah, yeah. And I get so, I hear what you're saying is it gratitude is expressed in many different ways. I get to generate. Everyone has the opportunity to generate gratitude, and it shows up, Facebook page posting inspiration, uh, writing it down, our language, showing. I think for me, my just letting people thank you. Like, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. That means a lot. Letting the other person know. So I know I do that a lot. Like, for example, like even holding the door for somebody. The reason I say that is because if, if I'm walking into a store and I see someone coming in or out and they give me that smile, my way of expression is, oh my gosh, you just made my day. Let me hold the door for you. Come through.
Oh, another example is thank you for being here.
Mm,
So when I go to the grocery store, to the clerk that rang up my food, I'll say thank you for being here, because if they weren't there, my food might not get rung up,
mm,
you know. But just in small ways, you know, expressing gratitude throughout the day has us appreciate others and be present to the difference they make in our lives.
mm-hmm.
And by expressing it, it brings joy to them, and it is our expression, and so it gets it out of our house, out of our heart, into the world.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for being here is something that I say often in the this what I would say the service industry. You know, when I go somewhere else and someone is the clerk or the receptionist or whoever, the bus driver, you know, thank them for being there.
It's true because not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants to. Some people are just. I forgot what's his name. He's known. Oh gosh, he's somebody I used to listen to every single day. He's known for sales, and he says something like, um, "Success looks like with whatever it is that you're happy doing. Like if you're a mother and you're happy with that, and that's what that means to you at that moment, you're successful, you know." So like for you to say like the bus driver, I don't want to be a bus driver, but I do need a bus driver today, or I don't I want an Uber ride. So yes, thank you for being an Uber driver because um I don't want to do that. That's not my choice of career, but that doesn't make you any less. I appreciate you. So yes, of course. Oh, I always show appreciation to all service worker. So yeah, I know what you mean. For anybody, um, Lewis House, I think he's one of the greatest examples. And I think that's personally why he's so popular today is because he brings a network. People come together and we meet other people with so many tools and gifts and talents. There's so many opportunities. And then of course Heidi House, who's currently watching right now. What I'm
Yeah.
grateful for, yes, Heidi. And Heidi knows this, so this is no secret. But what I am so grateful for Heidi, and of course it came from Mama House, is that because of her, she taught me how to love people where they're at.
Mm, mhm.
It was through her that I learned that. And so I'm forever grateful for that because I was a judgmental person prior to that. And it's still a
Well,
practice, it's still an exercise. I still get judgy at times, but I know when yeah, that's not about me. It's about you, Diana.
but you are sharing about who we are as human beings. As human beings, it is our nature to judge and assess. And we judge and assess because oftentimes it's our network of conversations who are judging and assessing. And then we feel like we need to be judging and assessing. And it is another muscle that you get to build, that we build as we mature. And
Mm,
we build the muscle of being present to, oh, I'm judging and assessing that person. And we get to instead shift our thinking, shift our conversation, our internal conversation, and generate a conversation that acknowledges and appreciates them just where they are,
mm,
just for what they have, what they are doing and contributing, and where they are making a difference.
mm-hmm.
And yes,
Absolutely. So, now, Diana, about you, what is it that what's your practice of expression? of gratitude? I know you do the yoga, so you're taking care of yourself, and you say you let the service industry that you appreciate. Is there anything else that you do? Do you
Well,
meditate? Do you just
um,
there's so
there
many
is
ways
med.
of expression. Hmm.
Uh-huh. I think sometimes also a way is to be conscious of our language or what we're
Mm,
saying. And,
to become
when we were little, they used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
right.
Well, that's kind of a cliche, but really, where do we want to make a difference? So I think sometimes we think somebody else should be doing something that they're not. I'm not too terrible at this, but it is my nature. First, as a mother, you're constantly mothering people. You should be doing this, although I say it more artfully than that.
Right.
but but it's not, it's not something I'm proud of, but it is one of the ways I express gratitude for people in when I invite them to take on something,
Mm,
because they are I invite them to consider something or take on something.
mhm.
It's a way of acknowledging their greatness,
Yeah.
and they're already great, and that if they wanted to take on something that would support them in being greater. Um, I'm not sure I'm saying this very well, but um, anyway, I do make suggestions, and I think more it's by example. I think we all, by example, everybody out there, by example, are making a difference. Um, and yes, Nathan, we do care. Like, we care about humanity. We care about humanity. We care about our families. We care about humanity. We let go of our inhibitions, our quietness. We let go of our stifled self, and then we start speaking more
Mm,
about those things that we're passionate about, seeing more in the world. Gandhi said, somebody said, be the change you want to
yeah.
see in the world. And so I think without using the word gratitude, we can recognize that we are expressing gratitude by, how should I say this, by not just complaining, by not just judging and assessing, by not surrounding ourselves with things that don't work for us or don't serve us. As adults, we oftentimes take on new commitments, and then we, like a snowball rolling downhill, we just become this huge snowball of commitments,
Mm,
bigger and bigger, and we exhaust ourselves. And it's valuable every once in a while to step back and say, which of these commitments no longer serve me, and which of these commitments can I now choose to let go of? As we have the balance in our personal life, the balances that I was referring to earlier, spiritual, financial, emotional, physical, as we have those balances, I think we are freer to be present to other people's greatness, and
mm,
also freer to express gratitude.
yeah. So what I hear you say, Diana, is gratitude. It's just being in gratitude. It's what I hear you saying. It's a muscle that we get to practice, and we can use language. It's another form, another path to practice and use and be gratitude. And it can be being gratitude will come up as being an example, acknowledging others, being responsible to our own selves, our spirit, our soul, our body, our mind, our finances. And the more that we are balanced with ourselves, the greater that we have to express that gratitude towards others. We're free. We're free.
Yeah, free. Yeah.
And you know, just saying thank you or just showing appreciation. You know, appreciation doesn't could be showing an expression of some sort of act of kindness. What that will do is just cause a ripple effect. Boom, 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 boom. You know. Uh, and you said something here about humanity. Yesterday, for the first time, I watched Wonder Woman, the most recent newer one. Why did I take so long to watch that movie? I don't know. Maybe because I'm a big fan of Linda Carter and nobody can overtake Linda Carter. I grew up in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I used to watch Wonder Woman every week with the Muppets on Saturdays in the 70s. And but I finally saw it. My daughter went out there and got the movie and said, "Mom, we're going to watch this." So we watched it. And I had made some ketogenic snickerdoodle cookies made out of almond flour, which were really good, only 2.5 carbs. And I was eating the cookie and I was like, and that movie was powerful because all at the end, it was about believing in humanity.
Believing in.
Humanity.
Oh,
You know, that yes, there's good and there's bad, but still believing in humanity and the way that a, a difference can be made in humanity is through the expression of love. And as I heard that in the movie, of course, I have gratitude in the back of my mind, and I was asking myself, well, how does gratitude fit in with love? And to hear you what you just said, it's it's just like part of it. Like gratitude is part of love. It's just one avenue of expressing. There's love, but out of it, one of those tools is gratitude that cause that ripple effect. If anybody haven't seen that movie, go check that movie. If you haven't seen it, Diana, check that movie out. Just tell everybody. If you're anything like me, tell everybody. I had to tell everybody like stay away from me because I was real passionate and I was like, watch out, everybody! I'm ready to take over the world. Like I'm ready to fight.
yeah. Yeah.
But there's lots of parts in the movie where she'll take her thing like this. What do you call those? I don't know, those metal pieces she had, right, to protect her from bullets. But when she made her first discovery of that power she had, she would do this. And as she did that with all her might, it created this ripple effect of energy that said, boom. And it showed the radius of all the people that was affected by her, like, standing in her power to do that. And I see, as you express gratitude, like a ripple effect, like, boom, and let it affect and make a difference.
Well, I know last year you had encouraged me to write in the gratitude journal every day. And I can't remember how many days I was able to keep that up. But I want you to know it did make a difference for me. Um, it's one thing to express gratitude is an expression. You know, it's if you're not speaking it, it's not really out in the world, so to speak. If I'm not if we're not writing it in a journal, it's not in our hearts, so to speak.
Oh, nice.
Or if we're not thinking it, it's not in our hearts, so to speak. It's just not present.
Right.
You know, only one thing can occupy a space at a time. So we focus on, although we're oftentimes multitaskers, we focus on really primarily one thing at a time. So it does take some intentionality to,
Yes.
like a commitment to write in a journal or to speak it. It's like, okay, I'm going to generate gratitude. It's a conversation that you choose to generate.
Mm-hmm.
And it serves you, yourself, when you do generate it. So it serves not only the person who's listening, but it serves yourself.
Mm-hmm. It does. Wow.
So I'm
So,
grateful last year when you encouraged me to do that because after I'd done it all those days, I said, oh, this has been a missing for me. It's
Mm,
been a missing for me to be present to all the things that I'm grateful for. So
mhm.
it is a good practice because it is good for yourself to write in a journal.
Yeah. Yeah, I love writing down what I'm grateful for. I learned a lot of things through my patterns of writing. And so one of the patterns I made, well, I'm sorry, one of the discoveries I made a month ago through evaluating the pattern of my writing is I noticed how I was I noticed the blessings. And
That's
so I asked myself, wow, why is it am I getting these blessings? And then I realized, oh, well, that's because I'm loved. That's because I'm healed. That's because I'm beauty. That's because I'm supported. That's because I'm cared about. That's because, of course, these blessings are coming to me. And so, what I discovered through that discovery is affirmation. So that when I step out in the world and say, oh, this is something new I want to try, and if fear try to overtake me, like, oh, you can't do that, or no, you're not smart enough for that. I'm like, no, that's not true. I just through my gratitude, I'm blessed already. I'm loved already. So what you're saying is not true. And it supports me that way. Back in the day when I used to practice personal self-development, um, affirmation is part of personal self-development, but but I would fake it till I make it, which a lot of times I didn't make it because I didn't believe in myself.
uh,
And so
yeah.
writing a journal supports me to believe in myself to, yeah, of course, look at all the blessings. It's just information, it's just feedback telling me this is why, I'm grateful for the blessing, but it's a tool as an information to tell me why. Oh, of course, I'm loved, you know. So
You are the vehicle of love. You are the vehicle of support. You are the vehicle of gratitude.
yes,
And you are that for the world. And you are attracting that.
yes, yes,
And then you get to allow yourself to be contributed to
yes,
in return.
yes, and
In the,
yes, and that's why I'm doing this gratitude 21-day Facebook Live challenge is because I want to bring more awareness to being in gratitude. Sorry about that.
that's
Um,
right. You were frozen for a minute.
um,
But
yeah,
for being that,
yes, yeah, because there's not enough people talk about it. They'll talk about it for a minute, but I don't think it has the value and the substance that gratitude deserves. So that's why I decided to do this 21-day Facebook Live challenge and bring more awareness.
well, very great. And this is your message. This is your platform. This is your stand. And I invite you to keep going in the face of no agreement. Keep going because this is your legacy. And keep going. Just
Thank
keep
you.
going. And, we sometimes feel like we're not doing enough, but be present to that you are. Be present to that this is a great challenge that you're providing, and it will have an impact. It is having an impact. And thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome. I was gonna say, we're gonna wrap up here. It's been probably about half an hour or something. Um, I don't know why my dad keeps texting me. He might be watching me. Pop, stop texting me, please, if you're watching. I love my dad. I'm sorry. He tickles me. Uh, uh, yeah. Tell me, we're going to wrap this up. Tell me one more time what are your gratitude, and what are you specifically gratitude about? Oh, I'm sorry. Tell me, what is it you're in gratitude, and why, and how does that affirm about you?
Ah, well, at the present, I'm grateful for the yoga teachers at Yoga Works here in West Hollywood. There are four different teachers, or four or five, I've lost count, who teach at 8:30 in the morning, 7 days of the week. I'm very grateful. They've done a great job of teaching me in the class, not just me, but the whole class, such that I have been able to continue on my 51 days of daily yoga, and that I have been, they have caused me from their teaching to keep going, like keep going. Um, that's what I'm grateful for at the moment. I'm also grateful to be here in West Hollywood, and I'm grateful for we hung some hummingbird feeders, and we have lots of hummingbirds. They come around and provide live entertainment. We enjoy that. I'm grateful for my family in my community of all my friends out there in Facebook. I'm so grateful for Facebook because we get to keep in touch with people. We get to see what they're up to. Um, I'm grateful everything is balanced now. I was for years, the last 5 years, I was like, I need to exercise more. I need to exercise more. And it would nag at me. And it's no longer nagging because I'm doing it. And I have what I want. I've created a minimalist space, and everything that I've been called to do, so to speak, like my internal calls of you should be doing this, or you really want to do this. I've been listening, and I've been heeding the knock. I answered the call. I have accomplished the things that were important to me, and I'm very grateful for that.
And what does that affirm about you?
Ah, yes. So when I wasn't exercising, I was saying, I'm not disciplined. I was
Mm.
saying, you don't have enough discipline to get out the door and walk every day. I was making myself wrong. And I would say to myself, well, I know I'm a hard worker. I work all day. I'm not lazy. I don't watch too much TV. But the fact that I've gone to yoga class every day for 51 days in a row affirms about me that I am disciplined. And it also affirms about me is that this is my time. This is my time. I get to let go of being supportive of everybody else and take care of me. And that's what it affirms about me. It's
It's
my
all about
time.
you, Diana.
That's right. At this conversation,
Boom! Oh, I felt that all the way over here on the Midwestern states.
yeah.
I ain't mad at you, girlfriend. I ain't mad.
Even the haircuts about me.
That's
I
right.
got this gender neutral thing going on, and I don't care. People can easily tell what gender I am. That's not an issue for me. But it's simple. It's like it's my time.
That's right. It's your time. I ain't mad at you. I don't worry about it. I ain't
Thank
mad
you
at you.
for asking. That was a great question, Elba, because it's like, what does it affirm about me? I just thank you for asking that.
That's right. That's right.
Great question.
And one more question after this is actually not a question, but a request. If you would please promote your business, your website, any links that you have, go ahead, verbally do that. And also post them when we're done here in the comment section so people will come out, after, come and check you out. Because it's
Well,
all about Diana.
I don't have a website,
Okay.
but I'll post something. Thank you so much.
Um, and also, everybody, she said a lot earlier. She does do charity work for the homeless teams by creating Afghan. And I was in it last year.
That's
And
right.
I wanted to tell you I might want to do that like sooner because uh that was something you just like, hey, let's do this, and we had like 4 or 5 weeks to do it. So I'll be glad to do it. I got to learn how to it's not crochet, it's
Knit.
knit. And it is like very relaxing, like you said, and easier.
It's an ongoing project. I have 4 more that I'm putting together.
Okay.
So whenever you're interested, I'll send you some yarn.
Okay, good, good. And also post that on the comments,
Okay,
that way we could start now,
I
and
will
that
do
way we
that.
can have a whole lot more. Matter of fact, one of my girlfriend's son had ran away and went to the homeless teens center. I don't know if it was in LA, but it was in California, and they found
Oh,
him. And I just thought, wow, the connection. It's
oh,
amazing. Yeah, it's a
the
miracle.
one out here, yeah, the one out here is certified. I guess they don't have, I don't know all the, but this one is supposedly is certified or acknowledged. You know, they've been doing this for a while. They have a lot of corporate sponsors.
Nice. Yeah.
But when each child comes to the center, they give them a bed. They go to school during the day, and they give them their own blanket. So
Mm.
it's a person, you know, it's a personal thing they get to keep,
Yeah.
and it's artistic. It's artistic. It's not institutionalized. You know.
And those Afghans, you have posted some pictures of what they look like, and they're like, oh, they were
Yeah.
gorgeous. Oh, so yeah.
But
Well,
thank you for
Diana,
having me on. This was fun, Elba. It's great to be with you as always.
yes, it is. Thank you again, for coming on board, and you, of course, you're welcome too. Well, gang, thank you for watching us. Watching tomorrow is day 5 of the 21-day Facebook gratitude challenge. Stay tuned. I'll let y'all know who will be our special guest. I do know this Friday coming up, Chris Hawker will be
Oh,
on he will be on Facebook Live to do the gratitude challenge. So I'm looking forward to
very
have
good.
him. Yesterday we had Kimberly Murgatroyd, whose husband does the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. So that's another podcast to follow. And also the day before that, I had Lyra Marte. She's from New York. I know you know her too. And the first day was Ali Joseph, a beautiful woman who said that she, because of gratitude or because of practicing gratitude every single day, it supported her to carry through the grief of the loss of her mother who had died unexpectedly 1 month ago. So there's so
Um,
many nuggets, tools, expressions, and experiences of gratitude. So I encourage everyone to check them out. So Diana, thank you again. This is Elba Colon coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, from my office. Have a wonderful day. Mwah!
thank you, Elba.
You're welcome.